a very sweet Vrishvasa language. So you can all sing along with us. Sri Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, 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 Guru Charana Kamala Sri Guru Charana Sri Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Sri Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Sri Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman, Sri Guru Charana Kamala Krishna Kipagi, Ananda Murati, Nirjana Karuna Dita. Krishna Kipagi, Ananda Murati, Nirjana Karuna Dita. Bhakti Bhava Prem Divo Prakashata, Sri Guru Padira Bhava. Bhakti Bhava Prem Divo Sri Guru Charan Kamala Bhaja Man. Just worship the lotus feet of Spiritual Master with all your heart. Man means the heart. We should worship with all our hearts. Milta Nehi Aisi Durlabh Janam Brahmadhu Choda Bhuvan. We wander around this entire universe in so many different species of life till we get this Durlabh Janam. Durlabh means very rare. This human Janam is very rare. And it's only with this human form of life that we can begin to ask the questions like, who am I? Where did I come from? Is there a God? How can I know Him? We can ask these questions only in the human form of life. We're very rare to get it. And then, even more rare, kisi ko milta hai, a whole bhagya se. By great fortune, one gets Hari Bhakton ke darshan. One gets the darshan of a pure devotee of the Lord, like Srimad Prabhupada. Now, some of you are feeling, oh, you guys were very lucky, you saw Prabhupada, we didn't see Prabhupada, we're not so lucky, we're unfortunate. You should not think like that. Actually, you're very, very fortunate. I will tell one story, you'll never see it on any of the memory series, because that devotee who told it, he's no longer in this world. There was one nice devotee named, that time he was Kartikeya Das, he later became Kartikeya Maharaj. But in the very, very old days, he was Prabhupada's servant. And one time they went to Hawaii. And they were staying there for some time. And one day, Govinda Dasi came back from the market with something called wheat germ. Now, I never met anybody from India who knew what wheat germ was. But just suffice it, it's not the suji. But he thought, it's made from wheat, but it's not suji. So he thought, next time Prabhupada asks for halava, I will make it with the wheat germ instead of the cream of wheat, the suji. So one day it rained, and Prabhupada used to like to get halava when it rained because it's cold. And halava, a lot of ghee and grains makes you nice and warm. So Kartikeya went in the kitchen and he began to cook with the wheat germ. And he thought, Prabhupada's going to like this so much. His whole bhav was, Prabhupada will be so pleased, he'll like this so much, he'll be so happy. The whole bhav was like that. He offered it to the deities, he put it in a bowl, he brought it into Prabhupada's room, he put it before Prabhupada. Prabhupada took one look and said, what is this? Halava means suji. And with his left hand, he rejected it. Take it away. So Kartikeya was very, very emotional type of devotee, bhava. So he was totally destroyed. His whole bhava was that Prabhupada will be so pleased, and Prabhupada just said, take it out. He didn't know what to do. He went into the temple room, he sat in front of the picture of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and began to cry. And he said, I was just trying to please your spiritual son, Srila Prabhupada. But somehow he's become upset with me. I don't know what to do. And he was crying. Suddenly he heard Prabhupada's voice, Kartikeya? Kartikeya? He ran to Prabhupada's room. He said, bring that halava. So he brought that halava. He began to eat with great gusto. He said, bring more. And he ate again with great gusto. Then he said, bring more. He finished off the whole pot of halava. So Kartikeya told me he learned two things from this. One is that Prabhupada is not alone. There's a whole line of spiritual masters behind Prabhupada all the way back to the lotus feet of Krishna. Because he was praying before the picture of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So this whole line of spiritual masters behind it, offering us the rope to pull us out of this deep, dark material existence. Second thing, Prabhupada always said, the grandfather is more merciful than the father. I have practical experience. My grandfather, my old Italian grandfather, used to live not far from here in West Virginia in a village called War. And nowadays we would call it convenience store, but we didn't call it those times. But anyway, it was like that. So one side, where myself and all my brothers and sisters would go, had all the chocolates. So we would always go to that side. And my father, who had to pay all the dental bills, he would say, no, 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 no. But Grandpa, by the backside, he would give us. So grandfather, he's more merciful than the father. So you're not unfortunate, you're more fortunate than us. You have Prabhupada as your grandfather guru. Prabhupada will be more merciful to you than to us. So don't think you're unfortunate, you're most fortunate. You have Prabhupada as your grandfather guru. So once we get mercy of Guru, then we want to get mercy of Lord Chaitanya, who's very blissfully standing on. These are so beautiful deities of Gauriya. Blissfully chanting the holy name, because that is the Yuga Dharma that they have brought for this age of Kali.
Bro, go to the bookmark. On the left. Yeah.
Sundaralala, Satirulala, Nagapasri Hari So Sundara Lala, Sachidu Lala, Nachata Sri Hari. Sundar means very beautiful. But, just like our deities in Vrindavan Radha, Shama Sundar. But 500 years ago when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he was not Sham Sundar, he was Gaura Sundar. Sundar Lala. Lala means little boy. Just like this little Lala here. And who's little Lala? Sachi Mata's little Lala. Sundara Lala, Sachi Lala. Nachata, he was dancing. And where he was dancing? In the Hilton Hotel. Nachata Sri Hari. He was always dancing in Sri Hari Kirtan because in this dark age of Kali, this is a recommended process. Chanting very loudly and very enthusiastically. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahaprabhu brought this beautiful chanting of the holy name. So once we get mercy of Guru and Vaishnava, we get mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we chant the holy name. Then we can go to Vraj.
Jai Radha, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan.
So we have very beautiful song.
Go to bookmark.
Actually, when we can sit in Braj and chant this underneath the desire trees of Vrindavan,
Control L.
It's very
L
special.
will make it full screen. Then Control plus.
So
You can
when-
pinch it out.
I'm outside of Braj, we like to sing this song just to remember Vrindavan. And when you come to Vrindavan and go on Brikha with me, then you'll come back here to Tawako and you'll sing this song sometimes. And you'll see all those places you saw coming like slideshow. Ping, ping.
Jai Radha, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan.
Jayo Radhe, Jayo Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Govinda time you go to Vrindavan, you come back and sing, you will see all these pastime places coming in your heart like slideshow. So today it was mentioned that Janmashtami is coming. Also Radhastami is coming up. So which would you rather hear about, Janmashtami or Radhastami? We don't have time. Radhastami, all right. Because actually in the, I believe it's the 28th verse of the 5th chapter of 10th canto, it describes that after the appearance of Krishna, Vrindavan became the place of pastime for the goddess of fortune. In other words, Nanda Maharaj, when Krishna appeared, his village of Gokul became very, very popular. In a purport, Prabhupada describes that the chief of all the goddesses of fortune is Srimati Radharani. So, he explains that the appearance of Krishna means that very soon the supreme goddess of fortune, Srimati Radharani, will appear. In other words, what Prabhupada is saying is the real festival is not Janmashtami. The real festival is Radhastami. Janmashtami just is the signal that the real festival is coming. The Prabhupada's appearance of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan means that very soon the goddess of fortune, supreme goddess of fortune, Srimati Radharani, will appear. So not far from Gokul, there's a village called Radha. And since Vrishabhanu was a very dear friend of Nanda Baba, he made his kingdom just next to Gokul in Radha. So now to understand about the appearance of Srimati Radhika, we're going to have to go back many thousands of years. There was a great, very handsome prince named Sucharu. And a very, very beautiful princess named Kalavati. And seeing their matching qualities, their parents arranged their wedding together with great pomp and ceremony. But most amazing thing, after their wedding, they went to the forest and performed great penances and austerities, sleeping on dry grass and dry leaves and eating only berries that monkeys would eat. Now this was most astonishing. Because ordinarily after our marriage, and we're thinking, oh, no more sleeping on a mat in the ashram. Now I get nice soft bed. No more temple prasadam. Now we get paneer sabji and puri and sweet rice, halava every day. But they were sleeping on dry grass, prince and princess, and eating berries that only monkeys eat. They performed these austerities for many hundreds of years. Finally, Lord Brahma descended on his swan airplane. And he asked them, what is it that they desired? They said, we want to get the consort of Lord Vishnu, Srimati Lakshmiji, as our daughter in order to render service to her in that way. And Brahma was so surprised. Wow, what is this? Ordinarily, when he comes to ask for the benediction, they have a big long list. I want this and 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 this, and they want 90 days credit for the next austerity. I want this and this and this. Give me a job and a car and a house by the sea, Swami Jai Jagadish Jai. But they were asking for seva. So Lord Brahma was very pleased. He said, not just Lakshmi, you will get the Mahalakshmi, Srimati Radhika, the consort of Brajanandan Samsundar. She will become your daughter. So in their next appearance, they came as Vrishabhanu and Kirtana. And again, their wedding was performed. And he made his capital in Radha. And they were always desiring to have a daughter, but no daughter was coming. They had one son named Sridham. Sridham was the older brother of Srimati Radharani. But always desiring a daughter. One day, it was the 8th day of the bright half of the month of Bhadra. It's like now we're in the first month of the rainy season, Shravan. And the Purnima is coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll celebrate Balaram's appearance. Then after Purnima, next month starts Bhadra, the Bhadrapad Krishna Pakshastami, Krishnastami Day, that is Krishna's appearance. Almost exactly a little less than a month away from now. But then on the bright half, Gaur Paksha Astami, that is appearance of Srimati Radharani. So what happened was on that particular morning, the Astami day of the bright half of Bhadra, Nanda Baba, like every day, he used to go down to the Jamuna to take his bath before Mangalarti, like all of you should do. At least you come on Jamastami and Gopurdima. So, but every day Nanda Baba was taking his bath and going to Mangalarti. Because Jamuna used to flow. I have seen Jamuna when there was in 2010 when there was flood in Vraj. We saw, maybe today now also, that we're reading every day so much rain coming in Vraj. She was flowing right beside the temple. In fact, the bottom step, she was right up to the bottom step of the little marble steps that go up to the temple. Now there's just a little kund there that marks the place for Radharani. Anyway, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, he came down to the bank of the Jamuna. He saw something was shining in the water. As he got closer, he saw there was this 1,000-petal lotus flower sparkling in the water. As they got even closer, he saw within that golden lotus flower, there was a beautiful baby, golden baby girl. But as we mentioned, this is the second month of rainy season. Jamuna Dhara was very heavy. The current was very heavy. He couldn't reach to that lotus flower. But then, Lord Brahma descended on his swan airplane. And he plucked that girl from the middle of the lotus flower. And he reminded Vrishabhanu of his previous benediction. And he presented that little baby girl to Vrishabhanu. Vrishabhanu ran to the palace. Oh Devi, oh Devi, oh Devi, we got our daughter, we got our daughter. Kirti the Maharani came running. She saw this beautiful baby girl in Vrishabhanu's arms. She immediately took him from Vrishabhanu's arms and just held her close to her breast. And she's feeling, oh, so soft like butter. It's so beautiful, golden color, and so sweet. Cheeks and nose and everything. So tiny little fingers and toes. Everything was exquisitely beautiful, except for one thing. Her eyes were sealed shut. She was totally blind. But they thought anyway, blind daughter better than no daughter. Now to understand this blindness, we're going to have to go all the way up to the Golok Dham. One day in the Golok Dham, if we can talk about days in eternal time, Krishna Chandra told Radhe, hey Radhe, just see on the earth, the Dwapar Yuga is about to end. We will go there and display our pastimes on the face of the earth. Radharani said, I don't want to go to that deep, dark, nasty material world, where no one is chanting your name, no one is engaged in your service, everyone's just engaged in sense gratification and sinful life. There's no Vrindavan, there's no Jamuna, there's no Govardhan. I will not feel happy in such a place. I will not feel happy in such a place. And Krishna Chandra said, hey Radhe, just see. Vrindavan has already gone. Jamuna has already gone. Giriraj has already gone. And Radharani looked and she saw shining on the face of this dark material world was this beautiful Braja Dham. This Braja Dham is not different from the Golok Dham. Don't think you jumped on the flight from Newark to Delhi on Air India and took a taxi and went to Vrindavan. It's not part of this world. We only go there by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And cutting through that beautiful shining Brajadam like a wonderful blue ribbon was this Yamuna river. And standing very tall and proud was Giriraj. So Radharani said, all right, I will go, but I don't want to see anyone or anything until I can see your mukha chandra, moon-like face. Therefore, her eyes were sealed. But Vrishabhanu and Kirti, they said, anyway, she's so beautiful, it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Narad Muni was not far away. He had his brand new Galaxy S9 loaded up with his astrology app. And he was calculating. That this is the time and this is the place for that Ladini Shakti of Lord Krishna to appear. Because don't think Radharani is an ordinary girl. She's none other than the Ladini Shakti of Lord Krishna. Krishna's very being we call Swarup Shakti. It has three divisions. Sandhini Shakti, by which everything exists. Sambit Shakti, just like we know the word Vidya, comes from this root bit. Sambit Shakti, by which knowledge exists. And Ladini Shakti, by which bliss, pleasure exists. These are all within Krishna himself. That Radharani is none other than the Ladini Shakti of Lord Sri Krishna, not ordinary. So he began to wander hither and thither, trying to find out where Radharani has appeared. He came to the palace of Vrinsamana Maharaj. He knocked on the door. The doorman came. He saw it was Narad Muni. He immediately ran to Vrishabhanu. Narad Muni is here. And Vrishabhanu, the king, he personally came to the door to receive him. Oh, Munivar, Padariye, please come. Virajiye, he sat him down on his own throne. The king sat him down on his own throne. He washed his feet, he sprinkled on his head, and everybody's head. Then the king, Vrishabhanu, he sat at the foot of his own throne. And he asked Narad Muni, "Any seva, Maharaj?" And Narad Muni says, "Yes. Do you have any issue? Do you have any child?" And Vrishabhanu said, "Yes, I have one son." Narad Muni said, "One son? Ah, Maharaj, you have one son?" One son? Ah, Maharaj, you have one son? One son? Ah, Maharaj, you have one son? All right, bring him. So he brought Sri Ram before Narad Muni. And Narad Muni, he gave him all his blessings. He said, he's a very special associate of Lord Krishna. You must take very careful care of him. And then Narad Muni, after giving his blessings, he got up to go. But Vrishabhanu saw that there's some unhappiness, disappointment in Narad Muni's face. Prabhupada said, face is the index of the mind. When he got to the door, he said, "Tero, Tero, Tero, wait, Maharaj. Yeah, tuni jhut bola? You told a lie?" "Arey Maharaj, I have one daughter, but she's blind. I was feeling embarrassed to show her to you." "You have one daughter?" Then Narad Muni, he went back, he sat down on the throne. He said, No, you bring that one. You bring that one. Jai, Srimati Gopal, Sri Gaurnitai, Sri Sitaram, Hanuman Maharaj ki jai. No, you bring that one. So then they brought little Radharani. Now, Vrishabhanu, he knows who this is. He was just swimming in the ocean of transcendental bliss. He went into ecstasy for a long time, couldn't even speak. When he finally came through, he said, "I know how to cure this blindness. You have to make a feast." Now you're going to see how clever Narad Muni is. "You have to make a feast, and you have to make this, and this, and this, and this, and this." And he gave all complicated preparations. You will not find the ingredients around the house. You will have to go to the bazaar. You will have to go to the field. You will have to go to the market to collect all these ingredients to make this complicated feast. He said, then you invite Nanda and Yasoda to come here. You feed them. This blindness will be cured. Everyone looked at that list. They realized we have to go to the bazaar. We have to go to the market. We have to go to the field. Everyone ran hither and thither and thither and hither and hither and thither. See how clever Narad Muni is? He's alone with Radharani. A very clever fellow, this guy. So then he offered many, many beautiful prayers to Srimati Radhika. So Radharani smiled and said, what is it you want? He said, Bas, I just want to see your Kishori root. Kishori root means that little 13, 14-year-old form of Srimati Radhika. So right in front of Narad Muni's eyes, Radharani manifested this beautiful Kishori root. All the Astasakis also appeared in their Kishori roots. Now Narad Muni, he was just drowning in the ocean of transcendental bliss. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. He paid his obeisances and he went on his way. Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman. Meanwhile, they started the cooking. They sent the servant to call Nanda and Yasoda. So Nanda and Yasoda, they came. They saw beautiful Radharani. They thought, anyway, she may be blind, but she's so beautiful, it doesn't matter. And Mother Yasoda, she brought Krishna under his arm. Now Krishna, we know, he was born on the dark half, so that means 1 year and 15 days before. So Mother Yasoda and Kirtida, she set Krishna down on the ground, and he began to crawl about. And Mother Yasoda and Kirtida, they sat down to do their gossiping. And Nanda Baba and Vrishabhanu, they sat down to do their talkings. And Krishna was crawling here and there and here and there. He saw this beautiful golden basket with a black blanket coming out either in Kali Kamri. He crawled over, he put his hands on the edge of that basket. He looked inside. Now you've seen how Mother Yasoda paints Krishna's face with Chandan and Keshar and Kapoor and so many wonderful paintings on his face. That divine fragrance entered into the sesame flower-like nose of Srimati Radhika. Our Goswamis always describe Radha's nose just like a sesame flower. You ever seen sesame flower? One time on Vraj Pastimes, we went through the sesame field because Vraj Pastimes times when they're ripening. And we saw the flower hanging there on the bush. And one petal comes down and goes boop, like that at the end, just like a beautiful turned up nose. And then there's another petal comes on, two petals come on the side, like that. Looks just like a little nose. So that divine fragrance entered into the sesame flower-like nose of Srimati Radhika. Now she understands Krishna's Mukha Chandra is right in front of her face. Amne, Amne. Now Prabodhananda Saraswati, he describes that just by a kataksh, little sidelong glance, because Radharani, she can't look directly at Krishna, because all her in-laws are watching, her Ninda Karniwale are watching, all those who criticize her are watching. So just she steals a little bit. But from that kataksh, then that little sidelong glance, Prabodhananda Saraswati describes that Krishna's flute falls from his hand, his mukha falls off his head, and he doesn't even notice. Just from a kataksh. Now you try to understand Radha and Krishna are amne samne, face to face, and Radharani opened her beautiful lotus petal eyes. So much love was going between those eyes. So much love was going between those eyes. So much love was going between those eyes. It's so thick you can almost put your finger in and taste it. And the children began to laugh. When the children were laughing, their parents' minds were distracted, and they looked and they saw Radharani's beautiful lotus petal eyes, looking with so much love into the eyes of Sri Nandananda. And they thought, this Narad Muni is so clever. He cured this blindness of Srimati Radhika. Now they came for lunch, so that happened at when? What time? Noontime, right? What time do we have to fast till in Radhasturi? Noontime. Radharani, she's very soft and sweet, only half day. But this Krishna Chandra, we have to go all the way to the midnight. And in Raval, the celebration is very, very sweet. If you go to Barsana, I've been to Barsana. And we were swept off our feet, and we went 20 feet this way and 50 feet this way, and we never had our foot on the ground. And somehow the crowd just kept us right in front of the Arti, right in front of the Abhishek. It is most amazing. Of course, if you don't want that, you can go way in the back, but we were right up front. We never even touched the ground. We went 15 feet this way, 20 feet this way, back and forth. But in Raval, maybe 3 buses have come, 10 or 12 cars have come. Everybody sits down very peacefully. Like Varsana. Everyone sits very peacefully. They chant these beautiful Vrishpasi songs, and they offer the Abhishek to Radharani. Beautiful deities are there, known as Ladli Lal. Sri Sri Ladli Lal. Very small, just about this big, very cute. Most cute. And in fact, it's very interesting. We do sweet water, because they do ghee and milk and yogurt and all the other things, but instead of sweet water, they actually pour the bura, this powdered, special type of natural powdered sugar. So both the deities just become covered and covered and covered with bura. Then they do more water and other things. Very sweet. And it happens usually around 6 or 7. And our Arsana will happen around 4 o'clock in the morning. And you have to go the night before. Because if you come in the morning, by that time the crowd becomes so much, they will lock the door. If you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. And after the Abhishek, then they'll open the door and you can come through and get Chanamrit, but you'll miss the Abhishek. But there it's very sweet festival, isn't it? So, very soon, a month and a half not from now, this Radhastami festival is coming. So now you know about the appearance of Srimati Radharani. Jai Jai